You were probably just surprised as I am to find out that there is a remake slash reboot slash reimagining of the classic H.G. Wells novel, The War of the Worlds, and it is on Amazon Prime, and Ice Cube is in it, and it sucks. So I was surprised to find out all of that information like a week ago, and I heard this movie was awful. It has 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. It should probably have a lower number than that. Let's talk about how bad this movie is because it is really bad. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, subscribe button, notification bell. That way you know whenever I post new content. Follow me on X, Instagram, and Rumble. Okay, so I've seen some bad movies. I've reviewed some bad movies on this channel. I really hated the last Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny. I really actively, still to this day, dislike Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom whenever I think about it. That movie is awful, particularly the ending. And I've talked probably a dozen times about how much I dislike Alien vs. Predator Requiem because I saw that in the theater and laughed the entire time at how bad it was. So I'm going to talk about, I did make a list for this particular video. I'm going to talk about the things that I disliked about the movie and then things I liked about the movie. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty even-handed and fair review. Okay, things I didn't like. The movie starts off with kind of a unique premise. War of the Worlds is a story about an alien invasion where the aliens eventually succumb to general bacteria particles in the Earth's atmosphere, particularly the water. They react negatively to it and it kills them. That's ultimately like how that movie goes. So, I'm sorry, the book, the radio novel, or I'm sorry, the radio show from the 30s, the reboot of that, or the remake of that they did in the 60s, subsequent films, including the mid-2000s Steven Spielberg movie. This is like a modern-ish version of that, but completely insane. It's told from the point of view of this guy named Will, who is played by Ice Cube. Doesn't make any sense. He works for the Department of Homeland Security. He sits behind a computer screen all day and he does like threat assessments that he sends to his boss and then spends the rest of the time stalking his grown-up daughter. So we'll get into that when I talk more about Ice Cube's performance in a little bit. So the premise is kind of unique. So like we get to watch this alien invasion essentially through a computer screen, which done with the right amount of care could be really interesting. But here just falls completely flat because everything about it is just bad. The special effects are terrible. The special effects are terrible. The ending is insane. There's like an epilogue at the very end that's like a proper movie scene that's not filmed behind the screen, but that's basically it. The rest of the movie is told through a computer screen. Performances are bad across the board. Ice Cube is terrible. Clark Gregg, who should know better than to be in a movie like this, Eva Longoria, who should know better than to be in a movie like this, are both in this movie and they're just awful in it too. The script, the directing, the sound design, the music, the special effects, the heavy reliance on like all these different like Microsoft apps that are popping up on the screen all the time. And then I'll get into the product placement as well because that's a huge problem too. So the whole premise just completely falls apart. It's unengaging, it's silly, it tries to be funny when it is not at all. And if you're gonna have like a big scary tripod monsters, which this movie does indeed have, you have to do something interesting with them and they need to look very cool, which they don't here. So Ice Cube, he's really good at like having the one look on his face and then like yelling and sometimes being really funny like he is in the Jump Street movies, 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street. Apart from that, man, he does not have a lot of range and it shows in this. He is convincing nobody that he is a Department of Homeland Security government federal employee. He is not fooling anybody at all. He's awful in this. I don't know if this is trying to like reboot his career or like, I don't know if he is. he's in a world of hurt because it's really bad. I mentioned everybody else is terrible. The Amazon situation. Okay, so this movie is on Amazon Prime. Amazon.com is a website, multi-trillion-dollar corporation, and it is weird because this movie has a main character who is an Amazon delivery driver, and I'm not spoiling anything because I can't spoil a movie this bad, but there's a scene at the end of the film where they have to deliver something to Will's character, the daughter does, and it is a USB drive. And in order to get it delivered, he has to place an Amazon order for a USB stick. It's like $19. He buys the stick, and then the daughter's boyfriend is the Amazon driver, and he puts it in this delivery drone, and then sends the delivery drone to the Department of Homeland Security, and this guy comes and gets it, and then uses it to like poison the aliens. It's so stupid. None of it works. The like what's supposed to be emotional payoff scene when you think maybe the main character might die is so poorly conceived and executed. His delivery is terrible. The way it's filmed is awful. The camera placement, the blocking, everything about it sucks. The product placement is like embarrassing and kind of one of the big things people are talking about with this movie. I do think it's very funny that this movie, as of me watching it, which was yesterday, this was the #2 movie on Amazon. Like the second most watched thing on Amazon was this piece of garbage movie, which is just amazing to me. So I think people are genuinely hate watching it, which is really funny. And then the budget is also a slight concern to me when it comes to this movie. This movie, apart from like maybe paying licensing fees to like Microsoft so they can have Teams pop up on the screen, and Meta so they can have WhatsApp pop up on the screen, I don't know where any of the money went. This movie looks like you could have spent less than $1 million making it, and all of that money could have just gone to buying like a decent camera to put in front of Ice Cube. The rest of it is inexcusable. There's no way that this movie actually cost $65 million. I don't understand how somebody managed to spend that amount of money only to have this be the final result. I'll give you a great example. There was a movie that came out 2 years ago called Godzilla Minus One. It's fantastic. It looks like a big budget Godzilla movie. It is awesome. Godzilla looks amazing. He's enormous. He's tearing apart ships, and the scale is like incredible. It's like over 2 hours long. It's fully like engaging and exciting, and it costs between $10 to $15 million to make. The fact that this movie cost over triple that is crazy to me. I simply don't understand how this movie costs that much to make. It is, I feel like everybody has to watch it and like do the math and see if it makes as little sense to you as it does to me. So I hate this movie. It is awful. You should not watch this movie, but you kind of should, just so you can say, I've seen one of the, if not the very worst movies ever made. This one is garbage, man. I don't know what else to tell you. It sucks. No redeeming qualities whatsoever. It has completely earned its 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. So well done, Amazon. You're doing great. Keep up the fantastic work. Ice Cube, great to see you making a comeback, buddy. I love that for you. Oh, I also did write down things that I liked on my little list here. And on the bottom, I just wrote nothing. I didn't like anything about this movie, so that's what I liked, nothing. Thank you so much for watching this review. I hope you liked it, found it helpful. Sound off in the comments. Let me know if this movie sucks or if it's a masterpiece. If you think that, you're crazy, and I'll see you next Saturday at 9 a.m.